Consistency is one of the most satisfying elements when taking photos, and having a bank of work that shares the same colour palette and overall mood can be a great selling point of what you do, and I'm sure that level of consistency is something that most of us aspire to. Like many people, I have purchased dozens of preset packs over the course of my time taking photos, and while some presets in each pack are pretty good, I always find that at least 80% of them are useless. They're either way too heavy-handed with the edit, or simply take too much tweaking to get them where I want them. I'd much prefer it if creators would just focus all of their energy on producing one preset that genuinely works across a multitude of different scenarios, instead of making a pack of 2 usable presets and 10 pretty unusable presets. So that's what I set out to do. I wanted to create a preset that could be used hand in hand with both my paid work and my personal photography, something that wasn't too stylized or overbaked and instead just enhanced certain elements of the image in a consistent and clean way. It was also super important to me that this preset required minimal tweaking, unlike many that I've used in the past. Just minor white balance and tint slider tweaks, and then maybe a slight adjustment of exposure if needed, but that's it. All of the photos that you've seen throughout the last 3 months on this YouTube channel have been edited with the preset that I made, and since there's been some interest on my editing workflow recently, I wanted to make this preset available to you guys. This is my first publicly available preset that I've aptly named One and Done. And to prove to you guys how little tweaking the One and Done preset needs, I just want to quickly jump into Lightroom and show you guys how I use it. Okay, so now I'm in Lightroom and I just really wanted to show you guys how easy it is to use this preset across a multitude of different images that are taken at different times of the day, different lighting, all that sort of stuff. So as you can see down here, I've collated just a few images from the last year to show you guys exactly how this preset behaves. So this first image here is a picture of my friend Will. We were out taking some photos in London, and I'm going to hit the One and Done preset, and then you can see exactly what it does to the image. And then, like I said, minimal tweaking, so I'll probably warm it up a slight bit, maybe give it a little bit more contrast, and then drop the exposure slightly, then show the before and after. That's with very minimal tweaks, and you can see exactly the sort of style that you get from the preset. Now moving on to the next image, and this one was actually underexposed slightly, as you can see here up in the histogram, but I want to show you how it behaves with underexposed images as well. So hit that, and as you can see it does darken a little bit, so I'll just raise the exposure slightly and then lower my highlights, and then there's a before and after, and again not much work at all, but I'd leave it like that. And then the next 2 images are sort of one-click done examples. This one of me looking really weird underneath a tree, I'm obviously in shadows, but if you click One and Done, there you go. I think that looks absolutely fine. I'd be more than happy to post that if I don't look so weird. And then a picture again of my friend Will here, and you can see here, you know, showing you the before and after. Again, the preset does a really nice job and really makes it a bit more punchy without, you know, ruining the image, without being too heavy-handed, and that's of course what I was going for. And then this image here, my mate on the bench, I just want to show you guys here really quickly what it's actually doing to your image. So if I click it, you can see that basically it's really pulling those greens out, and it's making the shadow areas more punchy, more vibrant, without making the skin tones too horrible and too oversaturated and stuff. So if I toggle on and off here, oh, let's get that off his face. If I toggle on and off here, you guys can see it's obviously affecting the image in a quite a drastic way, but it's natural, it's pleasing, it's not too, you know, like too distracting, too horrible, too mushy, etc. And let's move on now to a cheersing photo that I got a sort of lifestyle shoot a while ago. The One and Done preset on there, and it does a really good job actually. And what I might do is just lower the exposure slightly, and then again toggle that on and off. Really nice, you know, the skin tones look natural, they look pleasing, the colours are punchy, it's not too overdone. That's exactly what I wanted from this preset. Okay, so now moving on to a photo that I took while I was out in Cuba of like this really cool car just crossing a bridge. All this like really nice greenery around it. Can hit One and Done. And then because we're in Cuba, it needs to be a bit warmer in my opinion, so I'll warm it up a little bit, maybe take some of those greens out, and maybe even drop the exposure very slightly. And there you go, that is the edited photo with the preset. And again, I really want to drive home here, guys, it doesn't take much editing with this preset. You literally can apply it to your image, and it does a fantastic job with any sort of lighting situation. So of course, once you apply it to your image, just make sure that you do maybe a slight temperature and tint adjustment, and then depending on how you expose the image, just change that, you know, the exposure and contrast, but I'd say you can sort of live within these first 4 sliders in your sort of develop tab, and then you're absolutely fine. So then let's go to another image in Cube. We're going to straighten up because it's a little bit wonky. Press 1 and done. And again, because we're in Cube, it needs to be a little bit warmer, so I'll warm that up a little bit to about there. Lower the exposure slightly, and then maybe a bit more contrast, and then there you go. That's your edited photo. And again, I'd be more than happy to post that. That looks great. So this image I want to show you guys now is another really nice car that I saw in Cuba, but as you can see, it's in the shadows quite a bit. So I want to show you guys what it'd look like if your subject wasn't particularly in the best lit sort of situation. So go ahead and apply that preset, and then what I do is probably just select the subject here using the masking feature inside of Lightroom, raise the exposure slightly, the whites and highlights, but being delicate with it, don't go too ham because it will become really noticeable. And then I'll probably add another mask, I'll invert this one, so inverting the subject mask, darken that up a little bit, and then that's pretty much all I do. And then if you show the before and after, you can see just with a very, very minimal tweaking, you get a really nice looking image that's not doing anything crazy to the colors, and it still looks really nice. This preset is available now on my website, and I wanted this to be affordable for everyone, so it's only $10. Also included is a step-by-step guide on how to install the preset both on Lightroom Classic and Lightroom CC, as well as a few shooting tips to ensure that you get the best results. If you guys do decide to grab the one and done preset, then please let me know in the comments how you get along with it. Any feedback is appreciated, and feel free to tag me on Instagram with any images that you decide to share with that preset applied. Thank you in advance to anyone who picks this up. I truly appreciate the support, and I hope the preset works as well for you as it does for me. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found it somewhat useful and anyway interesting. And if you did, then please subscribe to the channel because I do make a lot of content here surrounding photo and video stuff. So if that's your vibe, then this channel will be for you. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I shall see you in the next one.